here and back again for an absolute mammoth video. This is my entire Super Nintendo collection. Actually it's minus the Famicom collection, that is upstairs, it's quite modest, quite small. But this is everything. There's around maybe kind of tipping 100 games, 4 consoles, peripherals, you name it guys. And in this video I'm going to do my very best to show you some of the cream of the crop. I'm actually going to show everything, but we're going to do it a little different in this one guys, so stick with me. And if you're a fan of the Super Nintendo, definitely stay tuned. This is my full Super Nintendo collection. Okay guys, so there will be additional pictures on screen, but what we're actually going to start with are the boxed games. So I'm just going to move these out of the way and we'll just put them at the back here. For now there's a big pile here and we'll literally just go in no particular order guys. So first up we've got Alien 3, huge fan of the series, really nice side scroller on Mega Drive and on the Super Nintendo. Naturally the Super Nintendo has a higher colour palette, so I do prefer the SNES over Mega Drive. Sorry for all you SEGA fans out there, as much as I love the Nintendo Mega Drive. As much as I love the SEGA console, I just think that the SNES trumps it completely. So packing a punch first in guys with some Alien 3. Next up is a blinding copy of Secret of Mana. This is boxed complete. I did an unboxing of this. I will slap that link in the description if you guys want to see me take this out of its sentinel case and unwrap the map, etc. So the cart is in very, very nice condition as well. I was really pleased to pick that up at Play back in May. Now moving on guys, unfortunately the box is damaged, but nonetheless this is Mystic Quest. I'm going for a full Final Fantasy collection. I'm due to film episode 5 actually, but this is already featured. But nonetheless guys, I think I got this from Reload Games, really nice game. The box isn't exactly in fantastic condition, but I'm not too fussed because I think with box SNES games, typically it's nice to get good condition boxes, but if you don't get good condition SNES boxes, it doesn't bother me as much. Swinging on then guys, Stunt Race FX. Now again, this utilises the Super FX chip, but I don't think it utilises the chip as well as Starwing did. I've always found this game to be quite glitchy and the polygons to be quite blocky, but I do play it, I do enjoy it, and again it's one that I did play quite heavily back in the day as a wee nipper, as this is my era. The 8-bit and the 16-bit was the prime chunk of my gaming. Now some of you may notice, and some of you that have followed me for quite some time, I do have an NTSC SNES, which again is down here, and I did a huge SNES unboxing haul of this which I'll show you guys again, but I'll link the video in the description. So this game is an NTSC exclusive, and that is Super Mario RPG. Again, pictures will be on screen of this. This is a really nice 3D, almost top-down angled game, and really fun. It's a shame it's NTSC only. It would be lovely to have this as a kid back on the PAL SNES, but nonetheless I love the box art as well. I'm going to America on Christmas Day actually, so I will be smashing more games for the NTSC SNES over there. Next up then guys is Pitfall: The Main Adventure. Pitfall is kind of love it or hate it kind of game. I'm literally probably verging on the not hate it but not particularly like it, so I guess I'm kind of right in the middle on this. But this is box complete in lovely condition, as you guys can see with the pictures on the screen right now guys. A game that I got for my 32nd birthday, as I'm a big kid at heart. Jess bought me this, a nice box complete copy of Zombies. In the States it's known as Zombies Ate My Neighbours, or rather in any NTSC region. And this is a phenomenal game. It's a 2-player game. Oh, you can play it as 1 player as well, but obviously you've got the option of 2-player. And you literally have to go around saving your neighbours, killing all of the werewolf zombies and enemies that just, obstruct your path. The one thing that I think is a major flaw in this, when you do play it on 2-player, it's not split screen. So you're limited as to how far you can move, because you can't move to the next part of the screen unless the second player moves. So it would have been nice to have this on a split screen, but as a first player game, as a 1-player game, it's absolutely phenomenal. Got the classic Starwing guys, huge Starwing fan. I've had personal conversations with Dylan Cuthbert, one of the lead developers of the Super FX chip and of Starwing and Star Fox 2, and he contributed heavily towards my Games We Never Knew Star Fox 2 video, so you've got to check that out. I'll link that in the description as well as in the cards. Now, one of Jess's favourite series, Dr. Mario, and she's a huge Tetris fan as well. So when Julian, I think from Box Pixels, sent me a copy of this Tetris and Dr. Mario, she was super happy. I don't think it's got the manual, it's just the inserts and the cartridge. SimCity next up, guys. Everybody knows about SimCity, or at least should know about SimCity. It's that classic strategy game. Stressed me out a lot as a kid as you couldn't save it. So I was often just kind of leaving the SNES on overnight to not destroy my progress in my building efforts. And I love this game. I've never owned a box copy until I got this. I've always had the Unboxed, but SimCity is a classic. Now, let me just move some of these. I will put them here. And what I'm going to do is just shimmy these over here because we'll see after. Right, next up then, a couple of games that I picked up from the Play Expo, which I did a video of. I've got a nice complete copy of Zool, which is upside down, so I'll spin that round. Preferred the Amiga version, really nice colour popping side scroller, classic series. Really like the logo on this as well, it really hits home. Blinding game. I don't want games to fall, they're probably going to fall, yes they are, but nonetheless, let's just pop these down. Super Mario Kart, the classics version, that's the difference between the blue and the red boxes. The red box is the classic version, so I perhaps should pick up one in the blue box. This is one of my favourite SNES games of all time. So much fun on this as a kid, and my friends used to take the piss out of me because I always wanted to play it around their house because I never had my own copy, and they were just like, Jam, it's just so meh, you know. But I absolutely loved it, so I got the shit ripped out of me for liking this so much as a kid. Super Bomberman, guys, again another pickup from Sore Thumbs Games. Shout out to you guys. Picked that up from them down at the Play Expo last weekend. Again, that video will also probably be in the cards, not the description. And Bubsy, another one that you guys said it's really good or it's really bad. I've actually never played it, so again it looks like a nice side scrolling colour popping fun adventure game, so that's one that I should really give a little bit of time to perhaps do a review about it on my website. So that's all of the box games. So let me now, guys, show you some of the peripherals. Right, guys, first up, there's three things to show you. This cost me £5 from last year's Leeds Gaming Market. Pretty, well, not necessarily heavy, but pretty clunky. It is the Super SNES scope. Now, my auntie had this as a kid, so I first played it around her house when it first came out. 6 games loaded onto the cartridge. I don't believe we can play this on flat screens. I think it's one of those where you need a kind of old CRT TV, but nonetheless, £5, guys. £5 for this. The box is in average condition. There's a bit of a tear on the back. I'll probably put a picture on screen, but you've just got to have it in any SNES collection. There's no way I was leaving without this. £5? £5? Next up then are 2 joysticks, one unboxed, one box. We've got a falling game there. Got the Scoremaster Super Nintendo joystick, which is pretty dusty as I've just gotten it down off the shelf. But I got this from Convert to Cash, which are one of the people that I do kind of spend quite a bit of money with when I go up to Leeds. You've got to check them out. This is really nice, super responsive. It's really heavy as well, so it just kind of feels and kind of oozes quality. I really like that with SNES stuff. For some reason, the heavier it is to me, the more quality it certainly seems. So this is really nice for them side-scrolling action beat 'em up kind of games, and a beautifully conditioned box. Super Advantage stick. Now this is the PAL colours. You can get this in the NTSC purple. So I'll probably look for that actually when I'm in the States, just to go with my NTSC SNES over there. I'm not a huge fan of all the additional buttons on joysticks. Slow-mo speed 1, slow-mo speed 2. I typically just use it to get that arcade feel. So when people ask me, you know, how does this perform? My answer is pretty kind of, you know, basic really. Well, it performs really well because I just use it as an arcade thing. I don't bother with all the additional kind of turbo functions. Some of you guys might. In fact, let me know if you do. If you on joysticks, what functions do you enjoy using on these types of joysticks? So they're the 3 peripherals. Now we're going to try and plough through some of these unboxed games. So as there are so many unboxed titles here, guys, what I'm going to do is pick out some of the cream of the crop, and I'm going to show you pictures of the rest, and we're going to talk about these guys, some of the memories, and I want you guys to share some of your memories in the comments as well. So I can see it right here, and I've got the SNES here, the Mario All-Stars SNES, and I have an NTSC version of Super Mario All-Stars, as well as the PAL version. Again, there's absolutely no difference. I actually prefer the SNES carts over the way the NTSC carts look. I actually prefer the PAL SNES over the way the NTSC SNES looks, but that's just personal preference. This is a classic, 4 classic games on one, and again, just I think a staple title of any Super Nintendo collection. Coming over here, one of the most difficult SNES games in my opinion, Super Ghouls and Ghosts. Holy crap, I cannot get past the 2nd level, stage, whatever you want to call it, of Super Ghouls and Ghosts, and I really enjoy playing this on the arcade when I go to expos, so super difficult game, reasonably priced actually at the moment. So if you guys can pick a copy of that up, then definitely do so. We've got Mario Kart here, so this, I've got a box copy of this, so that's just again quite a staple collection. Let me see what we have here. So next up, guys, is a game that I posted on my Facebook page when I got it, and a lot of you guys hadn't played it and then went out and bought it. Uni Rally, or Uni Racers if you are in North America. This is an incredibly unique title, and it is actually quite difficult. A lot of the skill around this falls in line with your timing and your reflexes, and you're literally racing as a unicycle in versus mode against the computer or against your friends. And the more tricks you perform, the more speed bonuses you gain, therefore enabling you to hopefully win the race. Super fun on Uni Racers there, guys. What else we got? A copy of Clay Fighter. You don't see this as much. I do look for kind of rare, obscure titles, but you don't see it as much. So again, if you guys can pick up a copy of Clay Fighter, highly recommend you do so. The classic Killer Instinct. Wow, when I played this in I think it was bloody, I want to say 96, I think it was 96, 97, holy hell, I mean this really did push the Super Nintendo to its limit. The graphics were absolutely awesome, the sound effects, really nice in Killer Instinct. I'm just kind of going through here, guys, we'll probably put some pictures on screen after this next one. A classic cannon fodder. Picked this up in a really cheap bundle probably about 8 months ago. I think I got about 40 games for 30 quid. Oops. But nonetheless, really awesome. Don't see it that often. Definitely don't see box copies around as much. But again, if you guys do see box copies, drop me a comment below. So we've just seen a few pictures of some other awesome titles there, guys, which leaves these beauties left to go through. So I've left some ones to kind of talk about because these are pretty damn cool. And we're going to start with, we'll go with Super Pro Protector, otherwise known as Contra 3, and we've got Libby in the background, who is my volunteer helper. Hello, sweetheart. She's lovely. Wow, what a game. I remember going down to a second-hand shop as a kid with £9.50 in change. And this game was boxed in this shop, and I was 50p short, and I knew in my head I was 50p short. So I took this box up to the guy and said, "No, I'd really like to buy this." Okay, so he's counting the cash out, and I just thinking, "Oh shit, I've not got enough. Maybe he'll miscount it." And he said, "There's only £9.50 here. This game's £10." And I was like, "Oh." And there's this other guy there, he said, I'll give you 50p towards the game. And I walked out, I was like, oh, thank you so much. And I walked out the store, man, I was as happy as a pig in shit. Oh my god, it's those kinds of moments that really make me buzz and tick as a retro gamer. Fucking loved it. I love this game as well. One of my favourites. Now another game that you don't see, Libby's just taking up residence on the beanbag here. Another game that you don't see a great deal of, but it's actually incredibly good, and that is Goof Troop. I think as a title you probably think, oh, Goof Troop, that's probably going to be really dorky, but it's incredible. It's kind of a puzzle-based top-down game, and you've got to unlock quite a few things, and you know, collect items to help you unlock those, you know, the way forward. And I really enjoy this, and this was part of that bundle that I got super ass cheap. Classic, if I can reach over, we've got here Legend of Zelda Link's Past. I've done a review on this, so I'll just link that in the description. Pop that there. We've got Donkey Kong Country as well as Donkey Kong Country 2. I'm missing Donkey Kong Country 3, but one can't complain as these are both stellar titles. Again, push the SNES to the limit when Donkey Kong was released. Remember competing in the Blockbuster competition back as a kid for the highest score. I think I came second in the competition. But that was pretty cool. Not a massive fan of the second and third. I think they went off on a bit of tangents. But nonetheless, really good titles to have. Now I've got a copy of Super Metroid. This was the big box edition. I've got the guide as well. I'm missing the box. But everybody knows about Super Metroid. It's pretty pricey. And Samus has become one of the Super Nintendo's, or rather Nintendo's most famous female protagonists. And this game again packs a real punch, also available on the Wii. I think I've got it on the Wii, or Wii U rather. Siphoning through the rest, we've got a kind of standard copy of Street Fighter 2. Everybody knows about Street Fighter 2. A really nice first person shooter game, Doom. Probably one of the weaker ports to consoles. The PC version, nothing beats that in my opinion. That was the first version I ever played in '94, going forwards. But this is a weak port, but I still enjoy playing Doom on the SNES. Earthworm Jim, never understood the eccentricity in Earthworm Jim, but again, it's just so much fun, man. It's so crazy. The script is like absolutely mental. That, you know, some of the script pops up on screen, you know, big words, and I just think this game is so mental. And my dad's friend lent me this as a kid, and I'm playing through it, and I'm like, man, I can never get very far on Earthworm Jim, but if you can, let me know in the comments. We got a copy of Jungle Book, which again, don't see very much of. I don't actually think I've ever played this, so if you have, what is it like, guys? I'm not a huge fan of the film. I'm not a massive older Disney fan, but is this any good, Disney's Jungle Book? Bart Simpson's Nightmare. Very eccentric game. Obviously you're trapped in a dream, so there's loads of crazy shit happening in this. I think if I remember correctly, you have to collect like pieces of paper, which are Bart's homework. But again, it's been a while since I've put this into the SNES. I think I need to get back onto it. An Amiga classic. In my opinion, Lemmings is a weaker port to the SNES. But it's a classic series, and I think people typically go with what's familiar to them. And I played this at dinner time, in school, back in the 90s when it was raining and you needed to get inside, and we'd go into the IT block, and this used to be on ready. We'd just sit all, you know, have some lunch and play on Lemmings. So that's really nice kind of memories there with that one. Magic Sword, not played this for a long ass time. I can't even picture the gameplay in my head either. So again, guys, remind me what Magic Sword is like. Please, somebody remind me. Let's put it down there. 2 more games to go, guys. We're getting there. We have a copy of Disney's Aladdin. Again, a really nice side scroller. Very sharp game. Lovely colours. And absolute fun to play. Rest in peace, Robin Williams. What a legend he was, playing as the genie. Finally, guys, Pack Attack. There couldn't possibly be a game with more versions than Pac-Man. Obviously, the original is the best. Pack Attack goes off on a little bit of a tangent for me, but hell, I got this cheap, so any SNES game for me is a good SNES game. So there we go, guys. All that's left is consoles. I've got an unboxed one on my shelves upstairs. I've got the Street Fighter 2 console here, box complete. and the Super Mario All-Stars console hiding at the back right there. We've already shown these games, so I'm just going to pop them out here. So that concludes my Super Nintendo full collection. If you've got any recommendations, please drop me a comment. Please like, comment and subscribe. It really helps me out. I'm going to be on Twitch later, so if you want to come over and watch me play some PS4 games, please check the links in the description for all my social media. Hope you've enjoyed the video, guys. Please take care and I'll be back soon. Cheers.